Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing Progressive Capitals on the Waterloo map. We're playing as a green player out of the 6th position. This map is a doozy, everybody. It's the, I believe, 3rd largest map in Risk at the time of this video being recorded. It is a 97 territory map, I believe, again, at the time of this being recorded, that only airship and command base C1X are larger than this map. 97 territories. There are 10 blizzards, so 87 territories when blizzards are considered. There are 19 bonuses. It's the map with the second most bonuses behind airship as well. And the 87 territories is going to be 48 larger than the classic map when blizzards are considered. So huge, very, very large map, but so congested. You can see every blizzard. That's not true. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impactful blizzards on this board. This I'm just counting as a collection of impactful blizzards. I want to cap here, I think, on Anagroon Hamlet. I don't see a single capital of anybody. I have to imagine there's some people on 1-point holds around the board, but I got to play for bonuses. At the end of the day, you got to play for bonuses. I got to play for the French-Prussian line off of this cap spot here. I could also go here. I don't think here is as good. This is a 1-point hold for this position, but it's a split bonus, so it's not really useful. I have a lot of material in here where I theoretically, out of the 6th position, could cap here and play for both of these bonuses. We will see. I am going to go here. Obviously, there's a risk. I get rolled by purple. I get rolled by orange. Both of those things are a risk. I don't think I get rolled by white here. I could get rolled by white. Who knows? Turn 1 cap rolls on this map are so common, and you only really have, you guys see my distribution. I only have 2s. I only have 2s that could be capped on. Like, Pink's got a 3 up here, but for me, it's only 2. So the strongest capital I can get is a 5 capital. We are going to have white playing for this bonus behind me. This is going to be a double take, I think. And they might even be capped on the edge of this line, although a 3-on-2 is likely not going to win here. I don't know that you even bother trying this, and they do not, which means their capital, they committed all 7 of their troops back here. Their capital is not going to be very well defended. And I mentioned that orange might try to roll my capital. They're going to feed it to purple. I intentionally mention this fact that players are cap roll happy. I bring attention to it because on this map in particular, you guys have seen me roll caps on other maps. This map in particular, players are cap roll happy. The problem is your cap is probably not well defended. We see a 3 here. I don't know that a 4, I mean, a 4 is technically possible, but unlikely that you're on a position like that somewhere on the board. And what ends up happening with these guys is they just waste their initial turns, likely lose their capital. It's very frustrating to deal with. I anticipate purple taking this, but it's like, come on, dude. You got lucky that you even rolled. There's even a chance it fails. If it fails, it's even better for purple, right? I've got the chance here that purple with the 8 troops that they're likely to start with are that they roll this and maybe lose it or lose so much that I'm just able to take it back super easily. But that kind of aggression by the orange player, I think is silly, but it's expected, and I probably should have seen it coming. And if purple doesn't roll this, we'll just try to take it back ourselves. I would be surprised to see purple not roll it, and they're not going to. I mean, unless they're up in here, right? Looking at this. And maybe there's a possibility that I capped behind orange, that orange is capped on one of these spots. And that was part of their thinking. I think it's almost more likely that they lost their cap or will lose their cap to white, or they lost it to red, lost it to pink. And if they flag after I re-roll here, which is my intention, is to re-roll, I will start with 9 right now. If I get 9, I will blitz as long as I don't lose any material to purple. But yeah, I don't know. I don't love that by orange for them. Knowing my luck, I won't even roll like they just did. Oh, it's right. We only start with 7. Still going to blitz it. White probably just takes this from me, don't they? I needed that. I don't want purple here. These I can't even group up, can I? I think white will continue playing for their side of the board. But you see, I got worse dice than... Or I got the same, effectively the same dice as orange did. The reason I remove purple here, and I don't finish the bonus, is I want orange, you know, right? We saw white playing for left-hand side. I don't think they're going to try to roll my capital. They didn't roll my capital in the first turn. And we see... Oh, they're going to play for the split here. Nope, they're not. Or maybe they still are. I mean, I'm not going to let you hold this, so... I don't know what the purpose of that was. They hit, I guess, 3 of my territories. They might be capped over here. I mean, this player is obnoxious. There's no other way to frame it. And unfortunately, everybody else is going to have bonuses here. I need to try to rush for the French-Prussian line bonus here and still take this, whether or not that's even possible. You know, I think a 6 on Kef. I put 3 here, and then what? I'm not going to get enough troops. I don't know that taking... I think the +4 is going to be more valuable. Is pink going this way? They have this whole bonus here. Pink's got 2-point hold for this top area. Or they dive into the corner. But also, orange committed all of these troops over here, which means they still have hardly anything on capital. They're hard targeting me. I'm not, like, offended by them hard targeting me. I'm not even really offended by them rolling the capital. I just think if you don't keep the capital, which really purple probably should have taken this. If you don't keep the capital, you're really heavily hurting your chances of winning the game. Because now you've rolled a cap. Everybody else is getting bonuses on this board, and you've harmed yourself. Anyway, I've told you guys what the territory count is. This is Tier List Tuesday, by the way. It's the series on the channel where we play every single map in Risk on the meta settings. It's our final map in the Napoleon's Battles map pack. Once again, we're playing as a green player out of the 6th position. I will start with 5 troops here. I think what I want to try to do is put 1 here, win the 3-on-1. Maybe slow roll into orange up here as well. Orange probably rolls me off the 2 on the next turn, which is why I kind of want to take both bonuses. But we are playing standard progressive, right? We're not playing exponential player like we normally do. We're playing regular progressive capitals. If I do this here, don't defend my cap there. 89% roll, everybody. Remember that. Remember, 89% roll. Don't you forget. I understand that white can roll my cap here. I understand that orange can break me here. But if for some reason orange isn't paying enough attention, and they don't break me, it would have been nice to win the 3-on-1 so I could bring the 4 troops back to capital. But it is what it is. Probably should have tried to slow roll orange here. I imagine white expands heavily on the left-hand side. And I know orange didn't attack enough to take this bonus, right? So if they try to take this bonus the next turn and ignore me, I should be okay. I think they'll get 6 again. They get 7, actually. If we don't see any of it place here, I'll just break them. I'm not going to let them hold this +3 in the bottom. Yeah, they don't... I mean, unless they try a 2-on-1 here, they're not even going to get me out of this spot, which is hilarious. I remove them, take my bonus, and break. Obviously got to be a little bit wary of red and purple. Although I don't know that red actually has that great of pathing to me off of their positions up top, right? It's more likely into orange. But orange is, by rolling my cap on turn 1, that is the other risk of rolling a capital, is if you don't end up holding it, all you are doing is you're ensuring that that player, especially if they get their capital back, is going to target you for the rest of the game. And I have no issue with targeting orange for the rest of the game. I want to target orange for the rest of the game. And now if I hold this +4, which again, it's contingent on pink and purple not breaking me. Pink, it seems to be playing top left. They're eventually going to quarrel with white, which is what I'm hoping for. They get this actually fewer troops than their previous turn, which is interesting. Purple is kind of my biggest concern right now in the immediate, because I'm a bit worried that they break off of the 2 here, which would obviously thwart my plans, because it would actually knock me down 5 troops rather than just the 4, because I'm holding extra. Obviously, if pink hits here, it's the same result. I'm hoping that purple is somewhere in this vicinity and they don't go right. They go left into white or something like that. I think white has a 1-point hold off of Southwest Artillery. Really good play over there by white for that position. And white is actually playing this map how I believe you should be playing this map. And what I mean by that is the Waterloo has, like I said, the I mean, it's just so annoying. They knock orange out of there for me at least, but they're on a split spot. So again, can't let orange hold this. Can't also retaliate there either. Do I think they have it? You know what? I'm not gonna. Another 89% roll fail. I can't do it with this game, man. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Is he getting fewer troops? No, same amount. I don't know what it is. I feel like I lose those so much more than 11% of the time. But thought about breaking here. But honestly, if this player has this whole bonus and purple has this over here, like it is what it is. White trades early. That has to be going up into pink. If orange holds it, they shouldn't get enough to hit me. That's why I didn't think this was that big of a deal. I tried to break, but I was like, whatever. They're going to be forced up into purple anyway. I'm not happy that purple did that, but I'd rather purple hold this bonus next to them and then orange break it and irritate purple. Obviously, they could play off of this and come break me, but I need to hold something. And the fact that I only got 5 troops on that turn, we lose the 2-on-1 on the attempted break. I'm not going to respect orange during this game, but I need to deal with purple's crap over here first, because that was a really frustrating play to witness, especially all of their troops committing over. Nothing on here, nothing over here is on capital. Meanwhile, red's going to be forced down this way, or left. Left is possible. Please don't play over here. I should have removed this player earlier. Knowing that they're up here, I should have removed them here earlier. And I think on this next turn I am. If they try to take this bonus in here, I am going to remove them because I think that they're playing top right. It's only a +2 into Wavra, though. Unless they're capped down here with me. I could leave them alone, actually. Focus all of my resources on purple. You assume I hold the +2 on this turn. I don't know. Wow, purple holds the Ransomwood split bonus. That is nuts to me. Because then if they try to take the +4 that I just played for, I'm going to be a little bit miffed. In case it isn't clear. By the way, I've beaten around the bush for the most part with my feelings about this map in the grand scheme of talking about it and that kind of thing, of like the other maps that we have played. I will leave purple there. I need to defend my capital. If I leave them here, I think we're fine. White is getting a lot. I had a feeling white was going to go into pink. I don't break red here. I need to be... That's interesting. Because we're playing automate, or we're playing neutral bots. That's what we do. It's progressive cards with neutral bots. Capitals. Fog and Blizzards on portals. Alliances off. I was going to say, purple flagging wouldn't be a bad thing. Them sitting in here, neutral, would be great, actually. Orange gets 2 extra. I'm choosing to ignore orange for now. If orange aggresses me, orange knows I can break them. So the reason I think that orange hit me here is I think orange must be capped somewhere on this line. Now, they didn't break purple, and they weren't capped on sauvagement. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. Apologies to my French viewers. Oh, that is a choice. Orange on the flip side here. That's a way to irritate red. I kind of like that, honestly. Especially because they didn't break me. So if red is down, red has 2 bonuses. I don't know where their second bonus is. They only have the +2 up here. Maybe a frickermont? Frichement? That might be how that's pronounced. I doubt it's frickermont. Frichement. I am not educated in French in the slightest, everybody. I can tell you that much. I know a lot of you know that, but I'm trying my best here. But if purple doesn't break me here, honestly, even if purple does break me here, I may want to just remove them. There's an interesting thing where my capital is deceptively strong on this board because I am one of 2 left to right line cuts, right? This area in here is a pocket. At its core, this is a pocket. You don't get from over here to over here through there. Now, you kind of have to think about it in a certain way where, like, all right, I guess technically there's 3 routes. You don't have to defend that. If they defend and if they place here and not enough here and they break me, I'm just going to remove it anyway. I'm fine with them being up here. I don't really want white over here. They're going to break me. They don't break me. I don't like this being here. I don't really love them having the option to break me at any moment, but I don't want these guys in here on a back break. Don't think red broke here. I'm going to choose to, I'm not going to call this trusting orange. I am choosing to trust purple. I could have removed purple. At this point, I'm giving orange 1 turn of extra troops. And if they break me, both their spots get hit right away. And I'm clearing out this pocket mostly because I know white is strong and I don't want white in here. That's really the main motivation for that. I understand that I will need cards later, but I have all of these cards off of orange knowing that most of this stuff is not their capital. But yeah, this map, I've done a good job of kind of hiding my feelings about it, I feel like. I think some people know that I've maybe let it slip a little bit ambiguously, but to be completely frank with all of you, I do not enjoy this map much. I really don't. It's, they're going to break me. I mean, it's kind of hilarious. Or it's defensive. I really wish people would stop defending with their bonuses with troops like this. Especially if orange is captain here. They're going to break me. I mean, that's just so awful. It's just terrible. It's a horrible play. Because I actually had... I could have preemptively broken them. That's just such a terrible play. Because you're going to get... Yeah, red is only up here. Red got removed on the left. White is just going to overpower... If orange is captain here, white's just going to overpower them. I really don't understand what the motivation there was from orange. And if they are capped left and not right, you know, I let them take this bonus. But if it's just purple over here, like, I've been pretty nice to purple. Could have removed them on that last turn. Probably should have removed them on the last turn. Orange is one of those people that just has to break. And I know I tried to break them earlier, but I tried to break them earlier because they stole my capital. And then I left them alone. No, they don't have double capital. Interesting roll up there, though. I think purple... I need to keep purple here because I think I'm going to be close to the purple elimination. It seems like pink has actually captured the +2, +5 up here without getting into any sort of predicament with the white player. Although I think pink's going to pick a fight with white. I really do believe that white is slated to win this game right now. But also, orange is terrible. I really don't know how to phrase it. And I'm not trying to be mean. I know I use that line so often. No, they're terrible, but I'm not trying to be mean. But genuinely, picking this kind of fight, when I have access to all of your bonuses here, like what, they got 12, +3, +2. They probably have French core. I don't really want to break French core, especially if they're capped like here. I won't be able to break it if they're capped here. Well, I don't think they're capped here because they didn't fortify to this capital initially. But also, I trade better than orange every time. This is why I have an issue with the way that they're playing this, is I trade better than them every time. So I'm still going to get the +2. That lands all the way back here, which isn't super useful. We don't lose anything on the 3. Bummer. Come on. Okay. I'll just break in front. I don't really care where I break. They were capped behind me. So they are over here. I didn't think they were. I thought I had vision on that. I didn't think they were capped here. But I might as well knock down their total territory count, you know. Because if white swoops in over here and knocks them out of this position, maybe they're only getting 5 troops on the next turn. And if they have a trade on 3 and they sack into me, you just hope that purple's smart enough to take them out. I would love it if white has them here. This person's an absolute menace, though. They're going to get an extra +2. They'll get 7 troops, I think. I don't think white broke them in this +2. Oh, they actually get... They still have extra bonuses. That's very frustrating. Oh, because they have Gormont Fields, don't they? You're such a bungling dingus, dude. Ugh, gag me. So frustrating. Ah, we lose that territory up there too. I should have preemptively broken them. That is my own fault. I will take the blame on that. Bit of a misplay. But at this point, there's no point in me letting them hold any bonuses over here. Well, they wouldn't have the 4, right? With 10, they wouldn't have the 4. Or they do have the 4, but not the 2 here. Either of those is a possibility. I do wonder. I don't have a trade on 3. A trade on 4. I need to be wary of what the numbers get up here. If white trades early, orange's trade will be 30. So I need like at least 15 here, which is not great. You know, like enough to at least retaliate off my own trade-in, assuming everybody else trades on the next turn. But man, this guy, you're picking a fight while there's a dude getting 20 troops a turn. I think that's my biggest issue, right? Is you're picking a fight. There's a person getting 20 troops a turn who's been getting 20 troops a turn for quite some time. Now, I'm, not fully convinced that the purple player won't just take orange's capital over here. I get now why orange rolled me. They would have a 2-point hold over this position down here. But geez, it's these kind of games where I'm just forced constantly to deal with somebody like this. It's very frustrating. That's nice. I'm just trying to knock them down extra territories at this point. See if I can blitz 2 over here this time. It works that time, which is tremendous. Don't lose anything off of that. Let's hope they don't set. Obviously, white could theoretically come ruin me. I think with them getting 16 troops here, it means that pink traded in and broke them. Pink, I won't be surprised if they quit off of this, which will likely just change the game. I have a trade on 4, which is good. White doesn't set. Full broken orange. If orange doesn't trade, I basically need to completely remove orange on the left-hand side. I will trade in and remove their presence over here. They won't break me at all here, which is crazy to me. They don't get a break off here. So I can full send their material on the left-hand side and then card block them. That's what's so bad about orange's position here. It really is terrible. I just need to hope that purple doesn't play off of this 6 on the next turn. Because purple could actually... Purple, weirdly, is the player that I think could eliminate me here. Now, the question is, these three all haven't traded. If purple doesn't trade, I don't actually think I'm incentivized to trade. I think getting the extra 5, 10, 15, 20 troops more than, or I would get 2 trades between. I'd get 15 more troops than orange. And I'd have the capital defended enough holding all of this. Did they get 5 or 6? They got 6, so I have to hit them at least a little bit. I don't trade here. I think a 24 cap survives orange. It won't survive white, but I'm assuming that white will go into pink instead of me to try to finish pink off. So now I don't really care if orange trades in and breaks me because they don't have bonuses anyway, and then I lock them back here on the right-hand side. Or they think they can steal my capital, which they won't be able to do. White also won't trade off of pink here, but I need to hope that red goes over there if pink gets eliminated. They're going to eliminate red instead. I thought they were going to eliminate pink. They're going to try to eliminate red. They've taken pink's capital. Somebody is actually kill guard. I think purple may have pink kill guarded up here. Either purple or red has pink kill guarded in the top right. I think white just failed that elimination. This doesn't matter. Whatever yellow or whatever orange does over here does not matter. It really has. It doesn't matter what they do. Because I will break them. They will do all of this tomfoolery. They're going to take their bonus back, and then they're going to come break me. Or, oh no, they're not even going to take the bonus back. So they're just going to let me retrace the steps. They're going to break me. I'm going to trade in, and I'm going to ruin them. Because this person decided to pick a fight when we could have very well been good neighbors here. Are they searching for pink? They don't break me here. They don't open up my capital, which is bizarre, because I can just hit you again. Now they open up the capital for here. That was a awful play. Red did lose their capital. They will trade in, though. So pink didn't lose their capital. Red did. But doesn't get eliminated by white. And now potentially retaliates. Which also gives pink an opportunity. Yeah, red takes their cap back. This gives pink an opportunity to step back into the game. I do need to be paying attention here, though, because there is a non-zero chance that purple has enough troops on cap where they are able to roll... Or they are able to roll the orange cap here. Yeah, pink didn't lose their capital. Okay. Interesting moment in this game for sure. Holding out on the trade, and again, I would have, if I traded previously, I would have gotten 25. I get 45 now. So I actually get 20 more troops than I would have gotten, which is so impactful at this stage of the game. And I can card block orange. If orange doesn't have a trade on 3, they're cooked. Very, very valuable. Also, I can be reasonably confident that orange was removed from their presence up here because we saw red hit me and then white came through off of this line. So I'm not going to do anything to touch that. I do think pink is hitting white, and I think white used a lot of troops on that previous turn to do some stuff where I'm interested to see what pink or what purple does, because purple, if they were really paying attention, actually maybe could mathematically eliminate me here. They've picked up an additional bonus, so purple has the free Chamont bonus up there. I've mentioned these bonuses. I'm just gonna look at this. There's 19 of them. It's difficult to go through all of them. They range from 2 to 5, or 1 to 5 rather, because the West Pocket 1 over here, 5 with the Hay Run. That's split on our particular board configuration. And you see, purple has taken a capital, although I think they took red's capital, and they actually eliminate the red player. We get an even better trade off of this. So purple has entered the game. As long as they don't eliminate me, and they haven't been able to see exactly what's happening, right? This 6 didn't actually view any of that. So that is even more interesting, that white weakens red, red takes their cap back but overextends. Or maybe pink tried to eliminate them, and then purple takes red out, which trades them in and gives me a 50 trade. A 50 trade. Super impactful trade. Play off of this position here. Trying to split away from pink there. And that is a card block on orange. Oh, how the turns have tabled, sir. He's going to cut up through me and go hit pink, right? Because he had the open troops here. This is fine. I'm not upset with losing those bonuses or those troops. Because I got what I wanted here. That at the end of the day, I got what I wanted. And what I wanted was to card block orange. Because orange can do one of two things here. I don't have a trade-in, but orange can either hit my 10. They can either hit my 10 with the trade-in, which they won't get through this, or they can hit purple's capital, which is what I'm hoping happens, and they don't actually even take a card. So they are one of those players, which is just so annoying. The types of players that in a prog game intentionally don't take cards when they can take cards are absolutely the worst. Absolutely the worst. Pink's still only getting 7. The problem is I would love to hit white, but I don't know how much would be needed to commit into them. So what I'm going to do here is just take these back. And go back to capital, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be at risk of perishing. White could obviously hit me. I don't have a trade-in right now. Let's just go up into pink. Hopefully it does. I don't know that's going to be enough to eliminate pink, though. It might be. It does trade them in, too. I do not have a trade on 4, so they would be able to break me off of this if they were able to eliminate pink. I think they might have it. Honestly, it's really going to come down to did pink have like more than 45 troops in that? They did. Or they did not, rather. Maybe I should have broken white. I almost hope that they don't hit me. They're going to go into purple. They will not be able to eliminate purple, I don't believe. Because purple got that extra trade in off of red. They took one of the capitals, though, so purple should be able to retaliate here. Or orange sees what happened, and orange takes the cap here. If we see orange get a card, we may very well have the purple. No, we don't see it. Okay. I left purple over here. I think white overcommitted. I don't want purple to play off the 6 here, though. They do not. I left white alone. Purple immediately takes the cap back. I think I'm going to gauge to see how far purple gets, right? We've got orange card blocked. If they cut down through me, that's unfortunate. They don't cut down through me. Now, purple will jump to 3 caps if they take pink's cap up here. They're not as quick as white, which is something to keep in mind. White may have... Okay, they do take a white cap up there. I think it's in my best interest to then let white retaliate on that. I think it's in my best interest to let white retaliate on that then. Because they won't be able to eliminate purple. So what I'm actually going to do here, I'm going to hit orange. I don't hit white at all. I think it's better to let white have the extra troops. Their cap's not open either. Because they won't be able to eliminate purple. I intentionally respect our boundaries so that they trust me. And I like my positioning, right? My cap's not open, but my bonuses are, and I'm getting a lot of troops. We're getting the most troops right now on the board. This might actually be a break into me not wanting to open up purple. No, they go right back up. Will they just take once? They're going to let purple hold all of this? I don't think that's a good play by white. I think that's the first major mistake I've seen them make. I think that is the first major mistake I've seen the white player make. I am intentionally not removing purple here because I don't want to irritate them. But purple is our 3 capital player. They at least hit here. Do they hit? Oh, no, they're taking more up here. They're just taking the rest of the bonus. Okay. I will not be hitting... Like I said, I won't be hitting white. I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to start stacking troops here. I'm going to make this 100. And then I'm going to put... You know, I was going to put it here. I think out here, actually, is where I want to be. Put this here. That way, white can cut through here. I'm fine with that. But if somebody cuts down on the bottom, they open me up to... They open this big stack of mine up. I think it's kind of like a safety play. I'm hoping white just goes back up into purple and takes a capital, and then purple retaliates appropriately. White, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, because white's been very aggressive in this game, and they let purple hold there, which just let this capital get better defended, and now they're hitting them again. I don't know that I'll see whatever cap stack this is here, but the more these two fight, the longer orange goes without cards, the better this is for us. I wouldn't hit me here. They don't. That's going to go up to cap, which is smart. And orange has to be seeing these caps flip numbers. I have to imagine they have enough to take here. I'm intentionally taking cards off of orange because I'm not trying to irritate these other two players. This is something I was hoping would happen. And they don't break me at all. They are at risk. If they try to break these two bonuses, they're at risk of opening up the white player over there. But I've handled the... I mean, really the pivot of holding out on a trade, believing that white wouldn't eliminate me, getting the extra troops off of it, and then using it to absolutely thwart orange's plans has been one of the most gratifying things I've done in the game of Risk in quite some time. I'm not... I don't blame orange for trying to bug me the way that they were earlier in the game. I don't blame them for trying to push for this position. I think the map, part of my most disliked features of this map is that I actually think it incentivizes it, and as such, they tried to take advantage of it, and it didn't work out. I think they could have gained a neighborly trust in me if they hadn't broken me here. And that, I think, is the first major mistake by white. White let their greed white let their greed show. While I'm on 4 cards, mind you. I don't think that was the right time for that white. I think it's very possible that purple ends up stealing this cap on the next turn. I don't actually think I should trade in right now. I think holding off on that is probably a good idea. No more. I have one more card I can take off of orange, but I'm not going to do that. I don't break them here, because if I break them here, I believe I open up their capital. This is what I was hoping for, because now they get to pick an enemy. They either get to pick me or they get to pick purple. They won't take my cap. I have too many troops. Oh, they're going to purple. Perfect. They might loop around, actually, up here. But that's 90 if their cap got opened. No, they're fully sent on purple. 3 cap jump would be interesting, because this player's on 5 cards. Rolling this would be a very bad idea. That's not going to do it. That is not going to do it. If we see them jump to 4, which I don't think happens, orange would have to get all the way over here to take the elimination. I think we're going to see that number switch down to 2 and then back up to 3 on purple's turn. Unless orange rolls them here thinking it's the elimination. Because I do still think orange has enough troops off of that older trade-in that they had to probably roll purple's capital here. They don't try it, though. So, yeah, purple still has this bonus, which we obviously know, and they're going to trade in. I should see it drop to 2, if not jump back up to 4. And I would kill guard white back here if that happened. I'm potentially in a position where I can card block both of these players when the time comes. Now, purple's an iffy one because they could potentially break a card block, but they're also much slower than white. That's the interesting thing about white is they are a quick player, but I think they've been overly aggressive in this game. I really do. There's the cap flip. I don't think they have time to get all the way over here. And eventually, if orange gets unleashed, we basically have to slip over here and thwart them. But I'm leaving purple here because purple never broke me off this position. After the initial break and take, they have never broken me off of this position. There they are right here. I don't think they're on this over here. Oh, they might have split. What do we got here? I know white doesn't have a set. That's why I do this. Because they can go over into purple. They're going to hit me, obviously. This basically just feeds their elimination, I believe. I don't take it yet, though. They're going to find purple over here. I'm going to hit it, though. And there's no reason not to go for them at this point, right? It'll trade me in immediately. Does anything else come over here? Is it just the 25? Yeah, it's just the 25 back to capital. Made sure I could take the elimination here. And honestly, if purple has a big stack open into this, or a trade-in where they try to take white out because they know the cap is so weak, I'm fairly incentivized to let them do that. Because I still hold a bunch of extra bonuses. Orange still doesn't get cards. Yeah, I mean, I feel a little bit bad for white, but I think they, an Icarus moment, flying a bit too close to the sun. Wouldn't be surprised if purple broke me down here. But I haven't done anything to them, so I don't know that, they're not incentivized to do that. They could block my pathing off up here. Started with 15. I think that's enough for all of this over here. Guaranteeing this roll. And that, absolutely the correct way to play that. 100 troops off of this. I don't think they have enough to hit that there. Now I remove purple here. I don't really care if I lose this up here. Back on 3 cards. White is out of the game. Now I can card block purple. I hope they trade now. If they get this capital, it's not great, but I have 3. They have 2. Orange has 1. It's possible they don't even have a trade on 4, which would be pretty crazy. Orange has just been sitting over here. I don't love that orange is probably going to get second place in this game by doing nothing. Actually, I'm going to target orange first, if I'm being completely honest here. Once I card block purple, I will target orange first. Now, I can't card block purple on this turn. There's no point trying to set it right now. At this point, I should just defend 100, 75. I don't want to risk losing a capital. That's basically my thought process right now. Broke them over here intentionally. I assume they run through me. I have a trade in. If they have a set on 3, this gets a little bit more difficult. Yeah, I knew this would happen. This shouldn't be enough to take this over here. If it is, they probably just get themselves eliminated. And they're not even focused on me. Okay. So with that, I don't even need to really defend this. Start moving stuff back to cap. I don't want anybody else getting cards. If they don't have a set, I'm not going to hit them. And we're just going to start stacking on orange. Unless they pull off. But I fully... Purple, it was a good ally, or a good neighbor for most of this game. Obviously helped with white. The biggest mistake white made in this game was breaking me. They unlocked the big stack that I intentionally placed there. Now, these are unknowns, but... I don't care that orange isn't worth anything, by the way. That's not important to me. It's very much not important to me that orange is not worth anything. I fully intend on eliminating that player first. Because I do not... I want to make it abundantly clear. I do not respect players that don't even try to play the game. I think the use 0 troops and... Oh, interesting. They have this player card blocked? Oh, they busted through them. Sick! Purple's in the same boat as me! Well played, dude. Purple also doesn't respect the players that play like that. Purple, you are an absolute legend. And they quit. They took orange out and they quit. I am so excited. They surrendered after that. They knew I had the block on them. Props to purple. Absolute massive props to purple. They made this go so much faster. I didn't even know where theirs or Red's... I think theirs cap was probably here. Red's original cap somewhere up in this vicinity. General the Raw, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Estelle Bandy, you trade in, you don't even try to bust the block. You harass me all game with bonus breaks and cap hits, and then you don't even try to take a card. Maybe purple cap right next to you. If they did, I'm sorry that happened to you, but you don't even try to take a card. You don't even try to roll purple when they're maybe in trouble. The 0 card player frustrates the heck out of me because you're not even trying at that point. You're just hoping everybody else gets eliminated. And you got lucky. You got at least red you got at least pink and white eliminated with that strategy. Anyway, I'm salty for all the wrong reasons because I won the game and that's what matters. And also where the map ranks. And I think, well, I don't have a great image of the map, which we've obviously brought our attention to before with these newer maps, where you can't really see everything here. But this map is so funnely. You get funneled into spots just simply because of where the blizzards end up. But like I said, 5 of the 10 blizzards were impactful enough to cut off spots in the maps, which is pretty difficult to deal with. I ended up capping on a line that cuts the map, one of 2 spots that cut the map, right? You can see, if I switch back to the game briefly, you can see the other point here, which is that what would have been a purple territory. That's another spot that would have cut that map. If Red's cap was somewhere along this line, they would have had a similar end point on that cut. And this map, I think, really, really heavily leans into that. And I also think it really, really heavily leans into a snowball for an earlier position player, as long as they don't get broken. Like White, most of this game, White had the ability to oppress the rest of us. And I think improperly played this game. It's similar to Airship in that if you have a hold that holds a lot, you should continue expanding that hold. You should not stop, because you're going to get so many more troops than your opponents, and you can keep them at bay. White should have gone into Orange, shouldn't have trusted their borders. I understand that they didn't know where Orange's capital was, but you got to go, go, go. And that didn't happen. For White, we end up winning in a game where I feel like I probably had limited business winning this. White probably should have eliminated me at some point, if not Purple. We got our revenge on Orange, or Purple got our revenge for us. But that this map is it's so easy to card block. I mean, we card blocked Orange on turn 6, right? Like they traded in and didn't break the block, or I guess it wasn't turn 6, right? It was second set trade in. So we card blocked them on turn 3 more cards, 8, 9, turn 9. That's pretty early for a card block. And it's such a big map that it just favors expanding and snowballing frequently. And I understand a lot of people like snowballing, but I don't think that makes it an inherently balanced map. So where do we end up placing Waterloo on the tier list? I am probably in the minority in the way that I feel about this map, but I fully believe that Waterloo is the worst map in this map pack, despite being the largest. So potentially controversial opinion, but I do think it is lacking. Obviously we had, we got Ligny here. We had, I think, did I have up in A tier? B tier, right? Yeah, Charleroi in B tier, Ligny in B tier, C tier for Plants Noir. I genuinely think Waterloo is the worst map in this map pack, and that may be a controversial opinion. I don't think it's E tier bad. I think the E tier maps are a special brand of unfortunate gameplay, but I do think it's like kind of similar in the imbalance of several of these D tier maps, like maybe not as bad as Pirates Bay, similar vibe to Maul of the Dead, where if you just hold some of those choke points really, really heavily, it ends up being kind of a miserable experience. I'm going to put it here just above Polis. And the reason I actually think these two maps are very similar, and that none of the bonuses are overly strong, but the snowball position and the ease of card block that you can get on both of these boards are so unbelievably similar that I just think that Waterloo is like Polis on steroids. So it's slightly better, but I don't think it's a very good map, and I don't know that I even enjoy it that much. And believe it or not, this was our first and only attempt on this map for today's video. We had a Grandmaster, an Expert, an Intermediate, a Master, and a Beginner. The only one we didn't have was a Novice, which is pretty crazy. All of our opponents different ranks. But anyway, enough of me yapping. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button down below. Stay tuned for another Tier List Tuesday video. Next week, we will be switching over to the community map pack, which just released at the end of the year. And it's November, December, around there. It's not very old. We're getting down to the last couple map packs. And we'll be beginning that with Abandoned Crystal Mines, which, if you've ever watched me play that one on stream, we have the worst luck in the world on that map. So we'll see how next week's video goes. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, everybody, I've been Sue Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.